How you guys doing? This is Electro Jed here, and I want to talk about something that's been going on, that's been going throughout the nation, the death of George Floyd, and I want to talk about a couple of things. Um, as sad as I am for what happened to George Floyd, I'm even sadder for the fact that it's just now that everyone's getting to see it firsthand, what actually has been going on for years, since I was a kid. Um, I've made no light of the fact that I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican. Now, due to me being sick as of, for the past few years, my complexion is very light compared to what it used to be. Uh, but I still am a high yellow Dominican. It's kind of a rare thing. Most Dominicans are darker than me. My brother, who we shared the same mother, same father, was definitely darker than me. He would pass as black. Okay. My family has dealt with racism, classism. My mom has dealt with sexism um, since she came to this country. I have dealt with police brutality personally. My brothers, all of them, have dealt with police brutality. All of them. Not one of my brothers have been able to get by through this life without being brutalized by police at least once. Unfortunately, the same. I can say the same for my sisters. My living sister. I have a nephew that I love very much, and he recently passed. Within the past couple of years, he died, and he died a violent death. He was an innocent, and he randomly got shot, and nothing was done about it. He randomly got shot. They know who shot him, and nothing was done about it. Now, I don't say this word too often, all right? But he was treated like another nigger in the morgue. That's it. That was it. 2 years, my nephew's been dead. They know who shot him. Nothing done about it. My brother, Junie, God rest his soul, he was shot back in the 90s. He was found subscene on a car, shot. Had nothing to do with what's going on. And to this day, nothing was done about it. Nothing. This is what we have to deal with. I lost two family members. Nothing was done about it. They didn't do anything to deserve to get killed. George Floyd did nothing that deserved to get killed. This is what we have been having to put up with. And people tell us to be quiet. I had a I took a stance on the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, because I'm a proud American. I mean, even though things are bad here, things are much worse in other countries. I appreciate what I get, and I appreciate my life here in the United States. I appreciate being an American citizen. I understand that, you know, our soldiers make sacrifices for us. Soldiers in the past, the military in the past, have made sacrifices for our freedoms that we have now. I understand that. And I was against Kaepernick taking a knee during the national anthem. But you know what? I have to retract that because he was right. He was right. Black lives matter. And once you show that that matters, things will start falling into place. You got to do something. I'm glad that it's unfortunate that it happened the way it did, but I'm glad that everyone is starting to see what has been going on. for a very long time. Something has to be done about it, but you can't be violent. Because if you're violent, that silences us. That silences the movement. Don't silence the movement by being violent. Martin Luther King got so much accomplished in the little time that he had on this plane of existence. He got so much accomplished. Granted, he died a violent way, but his peaceful movements made a difference. Make a difference now. Be peaceful. All this looting, all this rioting, it doesn't need to happen. Setting businesses on fire. Mom and pop businesses are the only ones that are suffering, really. There's no need for it. These people worked all their lives to try to get someplace. Why would you want to take it away from someone that is not involved in what's going on? If anything, the businesses in your communities is what's helping you get through. Don't take it out on them. And don't get violent with the police either, because that's not going to solve the problem. I'll tell you what, in my opinion, what will solve the problem. The police need more training. They need more training. You can't put an officer on the street after less than a year of training. There's other countries that people do not become police officers until they go through 2 or 3 years of like an apprenticeship. You have to go and you're training for 2 or 3 years. We need something similar here. You can't just put a gun in these police officers' hands, put them out on the street, and think things are going to be okay. Because obviously it's not. It's wrong when you have to feel you're going to go out to work and are you going to survive today? But it's also wrong to wonder if you're going to send your kid to school and is he going to come back alive today? I understand both sides. But something's got to give. The officers need to be trained better. They need to be able to communicate. They need to be able to deal with people without using lethal force. There's got to be something out there that can be done. You can't just use a gun to solve every problem. I understand there's violent crime out there. And I appreciate the fact that the police are out there to protect and serve us. But sometimes I think they forget they are supposed to be protecting and serving us. Now, it sucks that you have to go out there and have the attitude, am I going to survive today? But then there's people like my brother and my nephew who did nothing wrong and don't get a chance to come back. My nephew was a great dad. He has a beautiful son. He had people that loved him. And we had to say goodbye to him for no reason. That's what we got to deal with every day. I don't know how many of you are going to hear this. I don't know how many of you are going to watch this. But if even one person hears this story and understands what I'm trying to say, I feel I've done my job. Don't be violent. Violence is not going to get you anywhere. All it's going to do is silence the movement. Because George Floyd's death would have been in vain. It's unfortunate he died, but make his death count. Be peaceful about this. Make it count. If you be violent, if you're going to be violent, all you're going to do is silence the masses. Because all they're going to do is concentrate and focus on the violence. They're not going to pay accolades to the people that were trying to do this, do peaceful, to do this peacefully and have peaceful protests. I'm all for that. You got to stop the violence. I know my nephew wouldn't want to see the violence. I know my brother wouldn't want to see this type of violence. And from what George Floyd's brother said, he wouldn't want to see the violence either. Not so. Let's stop being violent. Be peaceful. Take a page out of Martin Luther King's book. There, we'll get a lot further. Anyway, peace out.